Hey everyone, you're watching a campaign commentary on Third Age Total War, which is a Lord of the Rings themed mod for the game Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. And if you've seen my other videos, I usually have been trying to do multiplayer commentary, but here I thought I'd shake things up a bit and try to show you some of the heroes or generals available in the campaign who are not available in multiplayer. So here I started at a bit of a disadvantage. I'm controlling Mordor, the ultimate bad faction, and I started out at the bottom of this hill and I'm rushing uphill to attack Gondor. So they have a bit of a hill advantage, but I'm going to use my overwhelming orc numbers to outflank them and basically swarm them. So you can see Gondor's kind of in this knot at the top of the hill, and I'm already sending troops around both sides to flank. My soldiers are pretty low quality at this point in the game, in the campaign that I'm doing with Mordor. They're mainly orc raiders, orc bands, so just really low level orc guys with spears and really crude crude blades. I also have a few orc archers. But my general, on the other hand, is very excellent. He's the Nazgul, one of the Nazgul generals, who are sort of ring wraith hooded guys you see in the movie who serve the Great Eye, Sauron. Or Sauron. Here I saw a bit of an advantage to attack Gondor's general, who's that cavalry unit there. And so I'm going to rush him with a few orc bands and an orc raider. Okay, there you see I'm pulling out my Nazgul general and his Númenórean bodyguards because they actually wandered into a bunch of Gondor infantry, those Gondor militia you see here, and I didn't notice, so they lost a few bodyguards, which was unfortunate, but not serious. I'll put him to better use later. He has a bit of a fear effect, so he kind of demoralizes Gondor's troops. Okay, so you see a lot of Gondor's militias already breaking, because even though I think they're slightly better quality than my troops, like I said, I have overwhelming numbers here. Or I think I have overwhelming numbers. Okay, there goes Gondor's general. That should pretty much seal the fate of most of Gondor's army. You can see most of them are running. But there's that one knot of Gondor troops who are holding the ground, and we will return to them shortly. Okay, here's actually some Gondor archers who haven't routed yet either. I'm going to send my Nazgul general after them, and I will deploy... basically, some of these generals have special ability, and the cool thing about Mordor's generals, the Nazgul, is that they have their fear effect, which is kind of similar to that shrill, shrieking sound you might remember from the movies. So I just activated that. You might have seen me click down on the right, lower right. And it really didn't take much to rout those archers, because they probably would not have stood up to, crazy ring wraith with his Númenórean bodyguards on horses anyway. Alright, so here's the only Gondor troops who are still holding the ground. These are Gondor's elite troops who are way better than any of my troops, called the Fountain Guard. And these guys they're basically really heavily armored. They carry really heavy sort of, are these halberds? I'm not quite sure. I don't think you really see them much in the movie. You might see them only in like one shot when they're showing Gondor's capital, Minas Tirith, and I think one of these guys or a few are standing around in that outside courtyard. Anyway, so they're actually making a bit of a tactical retreat here, although my orcs are trying to cut down a few of them who didn't run fast enough. Meanwhile, the rest of Gondor's army is pretty much in full flight, so I'm going to use my Nazgul to chase them down and mete out some harsh Mordor justice, which is to say not much of justice at all, because as you know, Mordor is pretty evil. Okay. This is the rest of most of the rest of my army. I'm going to send them chasing after these Fountain Guard, who are they aren't running off the battlefield, they're actually just retreating. I guess a few of them are. That guy's putting up a pretty good fight, but now he's dead. Okay. So here, yeah, this is just Nazgul General cleaning up on these Gondor militia. The Numenorian bodyguards are actually pretty nice looking, so congrats to the mod team for doing all these designs, really. They did an excellent job. Okay, so I basically caught up with that one remaining band of Fountain Guard here, and I'm hitting them, trying to hit them from both sides. I actually threw in my archers for a little bit just to keep them pinned down, but now I'm going to retreat them because there's no point in me sending my archers to fight against these armored guys. I'm just going to wait for the rest of my melee troops to catch up. They're coming over that hill. And I've got that orc band, I believe, pinning the Fountain Guard in place. Okay. So I think you can see the rest of the army coming down from that hill. So I'm basically going to hit the Fountain Guard from behind. Currently still putting up a pretty good fight. These guys will pretty much never retreat, so they're going to essentially fight to the last man. Yeah, there's a nice moon in the background. There's even a few nice weather effects, like the clouds sort of scudding across the sky there. Good night to die. So, let's see. Yeah, like basically each of these Fountain Guard are more than capable of taking down, I'm sure, a good number of orcs, especially in one-on-one. But at this point I've basically surrounded them, and the Fountain Guard are going to be taking a lot of hits from all sides. So basically my orcs are just going to be bashing at them from every possible side, which would hopefully limit the number of times the Fountain Guard can actually attack themselves. You can see they're sort of staggering over the place there as my orcs are sort of like pummeling them, poking at them with their spears. And you see the rest of my army's coming, swarming down the hillside, so we're basically going to watch the last stand of these Fountain Guard falling one by one. Okay, I think there's only a few left here. Yeah, he's... alright, maybe just this one guy left. And he's down. So that was a pretty easy victory, I think. Yeah, you can read those results. I actually can't see it well on this Windows Movie Maker. So yeah, that was a bit of a taste of the campaign single player in Third Age Total War, which is definitely fun. I would recommend that. And like I said, you get access. It takes you to the sort of strategic level of managing cities, moving your troops around. Okay, so here now I have the option to do something with these Gondor prisoners, but like I said, Mordor justice is no justice at all. So we're just going to execute them. Okay. So yeah, I guess I haven't been putting up videos as frequently as I'd like to, just because of a lot of unrelated work and life stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that.